Hey everyone, today I'm going to be doing my spring empties video. I have a ton of stuff in this bucket, most of which is candles. So I'm going to save those to the end in case you totally don't care about candles. But yeah, got a lot of like body care stuff too. So the first thing that I'm noticing is this shaving cream. It is the Pure Silk Sensitive Skin Therapy, the rust proof can, which is really awesome. I did not buy this. I assume like my sister did. And I'm pretty sure this is a cheap shaving cream. Gosh, brain fart. But it was really nice. It didn't rust like it said. It worked really well, and if it's really cheap, then I would recommend it. Now, anything that isn't like cruelty-free, I don't really recommend, but like if that's not something you care about, then I would recommend this. I also finished up, let's see, the Josie Maran Argan Oil. This is just a little one. It was half an ounce. And I actually really liked this. I used it on my face for a little while. I used, yeah, I'd say mostly on my face, sometimes in my hair, but like I don't have really great hair to begin with, so it's not something that I really care too much about. Well, I say I don't have great hair because like my volume is not the best. I don't like have the best like styled hair. I get like these little curlies, as you can see, so it just is kind of like a hot mess. But my hair isn't dry, so I don't really need something like this for it. But I used the last little bit on my hair, and it worked really well. I did like it. I did have it for a long time though. Okay, some lotions. I finished up the Cucumber Melon Lotion and the Grapefruit Splash Body Cream. They were both very nice. I love the Bath & Body Works body care products. They work really well. The Cucumber Melon, oh, just like a classic. I think, yeah, I bought another one of these that I showed you in one of my vlogs. Love this. And then this scent, the Grapefruit Splash, smells just very like tropical, fruity. Grapefruit though. Yeah, it's got a strong citrus scent. The only thing that was really annoying about this, which is like a rare thing, I got this in store and the top has like a hole. So when you squeezed it, it didn't really work, because how something gets squeezed out is because there's like air pushing it down, but the air would get pushed out, but then no product would come out. So I had to end up like folding it over and putting a binder clip on it so that there would be some like pressure to squeeze it out. But the product worked fine. It was just a dumb tube, which I didn't look for, like not like you would ever look for that, but just be careful with your body creams because they might get busted open. I also used up the Eucalyptus Tea body wash. This is something that I also repurchased. It now comes in the like light blue packaging, and it's the Focus Aromatherapy. This is like my favorite scent. I love it. Okay, I have a bunch of mascaras and some other kind of random things. Like I'm seeing something that like I don't even know what that is down there. But after I used up this, I had no body wash left. So I was trying to use up samples. I have the Dove Deep Moisture body wash, and then this sample of the Nivea Touch of Happiness, Orange Blossom, and Bamboo. I believe I liked this one better because of the scent. I found that the Dove did not lather, which I know is not necessary, but it makes it very hard for me to know when like a product is working, or like even where I've washed my body if it's not lathered up. So I had to use a lot of this on my loofah to like wash my body. So I wouldn't recommend that. I also used up a toothpaste. The only reason I mention this is because it is a really good cruelty-free, like more like sustainable type of product. It's the Tom's toothpaste, and this one was the anti-plaque and whitening. This one was fluoride free. I think I've mentioned before that I typically switch between a fluoride and a fluoride free toothpaste because I've seen like mixed sources on fluoride, if it is really bad for you or if you need it. So I kind of alternate. But this one was really nice. It was in the peppermint scent. I would recommend it. It's really good. I also used up a deodorant. This is the Degree Motion Sense deodorant. I liked this fine. It doesn't, I'm trying to see what it smells like. It smells like classic deodorant, but if you've watched, actually, I don't know if I've mentioned my favorite deodorant. The Native deodorant is really, really awesome if you're looking for like a more natural, healthy deodorant. It's aluminum free, they're cruelty free. It's made of a lot of like oils. It's more expensive, but I've gotten to a point in my life, and I know I'm only 22, but like I am choosing to like vote with my dollar at this point, and I'm buying a lot more like sustainable, cruelty-free, more natural products, even if they are more expensive. And the Native deodorant is amazing. They have such good scents, and it lasts and it works. You don't have to go through a like detox your armpits stage, because I didn't want to deal with that. It just works straight off the bat, and you're not risking anything by using aluminum in your deodorant. So I would highly, highly, highly recommend it. I also have a sad beauty blender. This beauty blender is torn to shreds. You'll notice that it doesn't have the top. It basically got like cracked off, so I was like, well, I'll just cut it off. It still like gets under your eye, fine, but it just got so stained and old, and I had a new one that had been sitting in my cabinet for so long, and I was like, why don't I just use the new one? There's no sense in like fooling around with this crusty old one. Okay, so I have this little soap guy. Okay, this is why it looks so sketch. I was like, what is that growing disgustingness in there? And you can see why I thought it was something disgusting. But this was a soap that my boyfriend's mom gave me, and it was like a heart, and it had like rose petals in it. I actually really did like this. I finished up the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This one is in Soft Ivory. I'm wearing this foundation today, so I bought a second bottle. I liked it that much. But you can see that I like totally scraped it down. There was, I like couldn't get any more out. Of course there's like a teeny bit now that I can get, but it got like just so gross. I really like this. I think for the price and the fact that it's cruelty free, it is just, it's really good. It's like a pretty, it's on the higher end of medium coverage. It lasts really well on my skin, and I'll continue to buy it. Then I have a bunch of mascaras. I have realized through testing these out that I am super picky with mascara. That's just one of my things that I am not going to fuss with. The first mascara is the Essence Lash Princess. This is the Sculpted Volume purple one, and this had a natural fiber brush. I don't think I had any issues with this one. I actually quite liked it. The brush is kind of rounded. It looks like that. It was actually really nice considering how inexpensive it was. The only issue I had was that I didn't get a lot of separation. I, for the longest time, have been using my Buxom lash wand to like comb out my lashes. I mean, I've been using it for like months, probably a year plus, and I've realized that like that's just my favorite mascara. That and the Too Faced Better Than Sex just give so much volume but separation at the same time, and length. It's just, they're just so good. And all of these mascaras that I'm going to show you needed the like combing of the Buxom wand to make my lashes look how I want them to look. But I would recommend this. This was really good. I also used the Ciate Wonder Wand mascara. This has a near identical wand to Better Than Sex, and it was really good again. I did like this quite a bit. The last three are samples that I like hardly ever used or like pulled out and was like, I'm not even gonna bother with this. This one is the Kevyn Aucoin Essential Mascara, and the wand is a natural fiber brush, and it's completely matted down. So I was like, well, that's unusable. Then I have the Urban Decay Troublemaker Mascara. It's the teeniest little sample. How on earth do you use a wand that is literally a centimeter bigger than my pinky? It was like, no, it was not working. I'm not fooling around with this. And the last one is the Nars Audacious Mascara. I've used this a handful of times, but it doesn't do enough. It's a plastic wand, and the bristles are just too far apart to really do what I want. It just wasn't enough volume. There was plenty of length and separation, but the volume just wasn't there. Now we're on to the candles. I did use up actually two oils, essential oils. The first one is the Errata Beauty Orange Oil. I really love this. And then I also used up the I don't know how on earth you say it. Natrogix? I have no idea. It's Natrogix, but the lavender oil. I really liked this, but I've realized that the oil diffuser that I have takes a lot of water. It's like a standard oil diffuser is about 100 to 150 milliliters of water. The one I have is 300. So you have to use a lot of oil to smell it. And since I have a huge room, it takes a ton of oil. So I am like slowly in the process of just buying really big bottles of oil instead of dealing with sizes like that, because I know which ones I like, and there's no sense in buying these teeny little ones that aren't gonna last me a long time. Alright, now on to the candles. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles to show you. Really 8 because 2 of them are the same. But the deal with the candles is, you all, I'm sure, know that I'm moving, and I had a lot of candles that were like a third or a quarter of the way to being done. Like they only had like a third left. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to move all of this like heavy glass when it's just like a teeny bit left. So I was like determined to burn all these candles and blast through them. And I did fairly easily because, like I said, they barely had any left in them. These are just going to be in a random order. I have this one candle, and I think I'm going to figure out how to like clean it, because it is a beautiful mercury glass container. It's gorgeous. But my boyfriend got me this a while ago. It's a Paper Source candle, or from Paper Source, and it is a honeysuckle scent. It says Himalayan handmade candles. This was amazing. I wish I could have this again. I might actually like look into that. So I loved this, and I think if you just put like a tea light in it, that would be so pretty, because it did like, the light came through just so beautifully. I also finished my Bay candle from Diptyque. This is kind of like a floral berry type of scent. It burned super weird, like there was so much sooting, but it burned to the very bottom. So I loved that about it. But I just don't think they're worth it. There wasn't enough scent throw, and I've heard that like Diptyque candles have the craziest scent, that you can just sit them out and smell them, but I didn't have that experience, so I would not pay as much money as they're worth for them. This is a Woodwick candle. It was the, oh gosh, I don't even know what scent. Frosted Vanilla. Pretty much smelled just like that, Frosted Vanilla. I believe this was like the Woodwick brand. I mean, I had a wood wick, but this was really nice. I love the crackle, and it did have a really good scent throw. I liked this one quite a bit. Then I used the DW Home Sun Bleached Denim. This was one of those like masculine scents. I love their packaging. It's my favorite. And I will say, I have probably had the best luck in general with DW Home's candles. They all burn fairly well, and they all have a really good scent throw. So if you can find them, I get mine at like Home Goods. I would for sure pick them up because they are fantastic. But this had that like masculine, like cologne-y type scent. I did really like it. Similarly, I used the Bath & Body Works Black Teakwood. This one had more of like a sweet cologne scent. I preferred this one to this. It was a little bit sweeter than that one. And this one also burned so well. You can see there's hardly anything left at the bottom. So I appreciate that. I also used up, oh, I loved this one. This is the Woodwick Trilogy candle. It was rose, lilac, and lavender. And unfortunately, you cannot get this anymore. I'm really sad about it. It was the In Bloom trio. And it burned super funky. Like, 2 of the wicks died out earlier than the 3rd one. So that was weird. Oh, it smelled so good. The crackle was amazing. I loved the look of it. It just feels so like high quality and nice. And they are expensive candles. But like when I look at it, it was $16.95. And the Bath & Body Works candles full price are $22.50. Not like anyone ever pays that much for them, but it's not that bad. I think you can find these at like Hallmark stores. Sometimes you can find the Woodwick candles at Home Goods as well, or online, obviously. Then I have the Bath & Body Works French Lavender. You'll notice that this one has a lot more. That's not because there was an issue with it. It was just, I didn't like this. It was very strong and heavy and just not what I like. Like, if I'm gonna have a lavender, I much preferred this lavender scent. Or I'm just going to diffuse lavender oil. It's more fresh, light. This was so heavy and just felt like almost claustrophobic. I didn't like it. It just, yeah, so that's why I'm just throwing it away because I don't want to deal with it. So the last 2 candles are ones that I got from Home Goods. They're the Tilly Australia Golden Delicious candles. They're soy candles, and they're horrible. They are like, they've barely been burned, and it's because they have 0 scent. 0. Like when you smell it, you get a whiff of like something, but when it burns, nothing. And I was just like, I'm not gonna just burn them to burn them when there's no scent. So that was stupid. Waste. So those are all of my empties. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye everyone.